My beloved soul, listen closely, because there are moments in your life when heaven whispers something so divine, so mysterious, and so profound that if you do not lean in with your heart, you may miss the sacred message that was destined to transform your journey forever. Right now, in this very season, God is saying that someone's prayers are unlocking your love story. This is not an accident. This is not a random coincidence, and this is not just wishful thinking stirring in your heart. This is destiny beginning to unravel before your eyes. Love is not just a human desire. It is a divine design, placed into the very fabric of your soul by the Creator Himself. And when God weaves love into your story, no force, no delay, no setback, and no heartbreak can destroy what heaven has written in His eternal book. Someone out there, someone divinely connected to you, is bending their knees in prayer, lifting their voice to heaven, whispering words that carry your name even when they do not yet know your face. Their prayers are not empty echoes, but keys, unlocking doors in the spiritual realm that will soon open in your life. There is a holy stirring taking place in the unseen, a movement of angels aligning hearts, a divine preparation that is shaping your tomorrow. For too long you have thought that love has forgotten you, that companionship has delayed its arrival, that the tears you have cried were wasted. But heaven has kept every tear, and heaven has heard every cry. Heaven has gathered every longing of your heart, and God is saying that nothing has been wasted. Every lonely night, every silent prayer, every ache for connection has been building toward this moment when someone else's prayer collides with your own and creates a love story only God could write. You may not see it yet, but somewhere right now, a heart beats with longing, soul kneels in faith, and lips whisper words that rise like incense to the throne of God, asking for a love that is pure, that is holy, that is lasting, and that is true. And what they do not yet know is that their prayer has already reached your life. Their devotion has already touched your destiny. Their faith is already unlocking your love story. God is not careless with the details of your life, my beloved. He has counted every hair on your head, He has numbered your days, and He has orchestrated the path of your steps. If He is so attentive to the smallest details of your existence, how much more is He attentive to the divine union that will shape your future, your family, and your legacy? Do not let despair tell you that it is too late. Do not let fear convince you that you are unworthy. Do not let the enemy whisper that love will never find you. For God Himself has declared that love is not only written for you, but that it is already being unlocked through prayer. Think of it, someone out there, whose face you may not know, whose voice you may not have heard, is already crying out to God for the very love that you are about to walk into. They may be asking for guidance, for clarity, for the strength to wait for the right person. They may be asking for a spouse who will honor God, who will build a home of peace, who will stand through storms, and who will bring joy. And in their prayer, without even speaking your name, they are calling you forth into their life. That is the beauty of divine timing. When two souls pray, heaven listens. When two souls hunger for something pure, heaven moves. And when two souls trust God enough to wait, to believe, and to surrender, heaven unlocks the love story at just the right time. Do not despise the waiting, for waiting is not denial. Waiting is preparation. Waiting is protection. Waiting is God ensuring that when the right time comes, nothing will be missing, nothing will be broken, and nothing will stand in the way. Waiting is heaven, working in silence while you learn patience, while you grow in strength, while you are shaped into the very person that will be able to hold the love that is coming. So, when you feel weary in the waiting, remember this truth. Love is already being unlocked. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are chosen. You are remembered. And you are deeply desired by the one who is writing this divine story. Somewhere right now, a prayer is being lifted that is unlocking the next chapter of your life. And when God moves, nothing can stop it. When God writes, no one can erase it. When God builds, no one can destroy it. Your love story is not ordinary, because your God is not ordinary. This love story is not a product of chance. It is not the result of desperation. It is not the outcome of human effort alone. It is the response of heaven to the cries of two hearts that long for something more than this world could ever offer. That is why it will feel different. That is why it will not look like the counterfeit loves you have seen before. That is why it will carry peace, even in the storm. That is why it will feel safe, even when the world feels unsafe. That is why it will last, even when others around you fall apart. Because this love is not built on shifting sand, but on the eternal rock of God's promise. Every prayer spoken in faith is a seed planted in the soil of eternity. Someone out there has been planting seeds with their prayers, watering them with their tears, and nourishing them with their faith. And now God says, the season of harvest is approaching. Soon those prayers will bloom into reality. Soon their faith will meet your presence. Soon the unseen will become visible. And soon you will stand in awe, realizing that this love was not man-made, but God-ordained. You must believe this. Even when your eyes cannot yet see it, you must hold this truth in your heart. Even when circumstances try to convince you otherwise. For faith is the bridge between the unseen prayer and the visible promise. Faith is the anchor that holds you steady while the winds of doubt try to shake you. Faith is the hand you extend toward heaven that receives the very blessing God has been waiting to give you. Someone's prayers are unlocking your love story, and this is not just about romance. This is about destiny. This is about two lives intertwined to build something bigger than themselves. This is about families healed, about generations transformed, about a testimony that will shine so bright that others will know it was God who did it. This love will not just satisfy your heart, it will glorify your God. It will not just make you feel cherished. It will make others see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. It will not just be about your joy, but about your purpose. So let your heart rise in hope again. Let your soul breathe freely again. Let your faith stretch wider again. Do not shrink back into doubt. Do not settle for less than what God has promised. Do not compromise your worth. The love that is coming is not small. It is not shallow. It is not temporary. It is abundant. It is holy. It is lasting. And it is divine. Right now, the heavens are aligning. The prayers are unlocking, and the story is unfolding. Your role is not to worry, but to trust. Your role is not to fear, but to believe. Your role is not to strive, but to rest in the knowledge that God is faithful, and He is already working on your behalf. My beloved, you are not alone in this journey. You're not forgotten in the silence. You're not invisible in the crowd. Heaven sees you. Heaven hears you. Heaven knows the desires of your heart, and heaven has already answered in ways you cannot yet imagine. Someone's prayers are already creating ripples that are reaching your life. Someone's voice is already moving angels into action. Someone's faith is already unlocking the door to your love story. There is a mystery in the way God moves, and sometimes it feels hidden, almost invisible. But when you pause to sense it, you realize that heaven has been weaving your story all along. Right now, God is saying that the threads of prayer spoken by another soul are being woven into the tapestry of your destiny. Every prayer is a golden thread, every tear a shining drop that waters the roots of your future. Every whispered hope a soft song rising to the throne. And because of these prayers, the love story that once felt distant is beginning to draw near. It is not far away anymore. It is closer than you realize, nearer than your fear wants you to believe, and stronger than the doubt that has tried to convince you otherwise. There were moments when you thought your heart would never find peace. There were seasons when you believed love had abandoned you. You looked at others celebrating their connections, building families, holding hands, while you wondered if perhaps God had overlooked your life. But God is reminding you now that nothing about your life is overlooked. Nothing about your future is forgotten, and nothing about your story is wasted. Every delay had a purpose. Every closed door was a shield. Every season of silence was preparation. God was never denying you. He was protecting you from what would have harmed you and preparing you for what will bless you. And as you were waiting, as you were learning, as you were being shaped, someone else was praying for you. Their prayers are like keys turning in the locks of your destiny. Each prayer opens a new door. Each prayer clears a new path. Each prayer lights a new lamp on the road ahead. What you did not see in your tears is that while you were praying for someone who would love you deeply, they were praying for someone who would understand them, cherish them, and walk with them. Heaven has been listening to both voices, shaping both lives, and now the sound of your prayers has joined with theirs, creating harmony in the presence of God. Do not let the world's definition of timing discourage you. Heaven does not move by the clock of man. Heaven moves by the rhythm of eternity, and when the time is right, nothing can stop it. When the prayer has unlocked the right door, nothing can close it. When the season has reached fullness, the fruit will appear, and you are standing in the fullness of time where destiny is being unlocked because of the prayers spoken for you. Think of this truth: you are loved already. Even before you meet the one who will walk with you, you are covered already, even before the vows are spoken. You are chosen already, even before the rings are exchanged, because God has already declared it, already written it, already designed it. Love does not start the moment you meet. It starts the moment God writes it into your story. And right now, prayers are watering that divine design. Someone's cries in the midnight hour are echoing into your tomorrow. Someone's faith is building a bridge that leads straight to your life. When you feel weak, remember that someone else is lifting your name in strength before God. When you feel uncertain, remember that someone else is asking heaven for clarity on your behalf. When you feel unworthy, remember that someone else is pleading for a love that only you can fulfill. Their words are unlocking something sacred. Faith is shaking the heavens. Trust is calling down blessings. And those blessings are finding you even in the places you thought were hidden. Do not think you have been overlooked. Heaven has a way of finding you where you are, whether in a quiet room, whether in a crowded street, whether in the silence of loneliness or in the noise of life. Love does not pass you by when God has ordained it for you. It arrives like the sunrise, steady, certain, and unstoppable. It rises even after the longest night, and it warms even the coldest heart. That is the kind of love being unlocked by Prayer Steady. Certain, unstoppable, and holy. You may wonder why it has taken so long, why the path has been filled with waiting, why the delays have tested your faith. But what you must understand is that every delay has been a divine alignment. Every unanswered moment has been God placing pieces in order. Every silence has been the stage being set for the arrival of something greater than you imagined. Not have been this love. If it had arrived when you demanded, it would not have been this sacred. But now, because of prayer, because of timing, because of God's faithfulness, it is coming in a way that will leave no doubt that heaven's hand was upon it. Picture it now. A heart somewhere praying for guidance, whispering for strength, asking God to bring them someone who will not just love them, but honor them, cherish them, and journey with them. That prayer is reaching heaven and being answered in the form of your presence. They are unlocking you even now with their prayers, and soon the day will come when your paths cross, when your eyes meet, when your souls recognize one another, not by chance, but by destiny. And when that moment arrives, you will know deep within that this is not ordinary love. This is a love written by God, unlocked by prayer, sustained by faith, and crowned by His glory. Let this truth bring peace to your heart. Let it silence the doubts that scream in the night. Let it quiet the fears that whisper you will always be alone. You will not always be alone. You will not always wonder. You will not always ache. No, for God has heard. Heaven is moved, and love is being unlocked. In this very hour, your love story is not just yours, it is heaven's testimony. It will speak to others that waiting is worth it. It will remind others that prayer is powerful. It will teach others that God is faithful. It will glorify Him because only He could have written it. So walk forward with hope, lift your head with courage, carry your heart with patience. Prayers being spoken over you are not small. They are mighty. They're changing the unseen. They're shifting atmospheres. They're unlocking what your eyes have not yet seen. And soon, what was once only prayer will become presence. What was once only longing will become reality. What was once only faith will become sight. There is a sacred rhythm to life, a divine melody that only God Himself can compose. And in that melody, your love story is already written. The world may try to convince you that love is random, that it comes and goes like the wind, that it is fragile, fleeting, and uncertain. But God says otherwise. He says that when he writes a story, it is eternal, it is unshakable, it is strong, and it is sealed by his hand. Someone's prayers are aligning with that story right now, weaving threads of faith into the very fabric of your tomorrow. Their prayers are not simply words vanishing into the air. They are arrows piercing through the heavens, reaching the throne of grace, and unlocking a future that has your name engraved upon it in moments of silence, when you wondered if God still remembered you, when the emptiness of waiting pressed heavy against your chest. Heaven was listening. Every sigh of your soul was caught, every whispered plea was heard, and every longing was held tenderly by the one who loves you most. And as you waited, someone else was moved by the Spirit to pray. Their prayers carried weight because they were not just asking for themselves, but for the one God has chosen for them. Without knowing, they were praying for you. Without seeing your face, they were lifting your destiny. Without speaking your name, they were unlocking your future. It is a holy mystery, how one person's faith can shift another's path. But that is the power of prayer. Prayer does not obey the limits of time or distance. Prayer crosses oceans, climbs mountains, and slips into the deepest valleys to reach the soul it is meant for. Somewhere tonight, someone's prayer has already reached your life. Somewhere this morning, someone's words have already touched your tomorrow. Somewhere in a quiet corner, their tears have watered the soil of the love you are about to step into. Do not underestimate what is happening unseen. Just because your eyes cannot behold it yet does not mean it is not real. The unseen is more powerful than what is visible because it is eternal. Right now, in the realm of the unseen, love is forming, doors are opening, and paths are crossing. Angels are being dispatched, hearts are being softened, wounds are being healed, and faith is being strengthened, all because someone dared to pray. All because someone believed enough to kneel. All because someone trusted God with their future, and in doing so, invited heaven to unlock your story too. You may feel that love has been delayed, but God says it has only been preserved. Preserved from the wrong people, from the wrong situations, from the wrong seasons. It's preserved so that when it arrives, it will be pure, it will be whole, it will be divine. The waiting was not punishment, it was protection. The tears were not waste, they were watering the ground. The silence was not rejection, it was preparation. And now, as prayers rise like incense, the season is shifting. The atmosphere is changing. The doors are unlocking. Think of it like a garden. Seeds were planted long ago, and though you did not see them growing under the soil, they were alive. They were breaking open, reaching roots downward and stretching upward toward the light. The prayers of another soul have been like rain to those seeds, nourishing them, quickening them, giving them life. And now, as the season of harvest approaches, you will see what was hidden beneath the surface all along. Your love story is about to bloom, not because of chance, but because of the power of prayer. There were nights when you thought your loneliness was endless. There were days when you felt invisible, but God never forgot you. And now He has stirred someone's heart to pray in such a way that it has moved the heavens to action. Their prayers have called for your joy, for your companionship, for your peace, for your fulfillment. Their prayers have lifted your life before God, and He has said yes. Imagine this. As you walk through your days, unaware someone else is speaking into your future. They are asking God to strengthen the one He has chosen for them. They are pleading for protection, for guidance, for wisdom, for patience, for love that lasts. And all the while, they are unknowingly covering you. They are guarding you in prayer, building a hedge around your life with their faith, keeping you safe from harm you did not even see. This is the power of divine intercession. It is love before love. It is faith before sight. It is hope before reality. There will come a moment when paths align, when time converges, when destiny unfolds. And when you meet the one whose prayers have unlocked your love story, something deep within you will recognize it. It will not be forced. It will not be filled with confusion or chaos. It will not demand that you lose yourself. It will be peace, even in its passion. It will be certainty, even in its mystery. It will be joy, even in its depth. because it will be love written by God, nurtured by prayer, sealed by His Spirit. Hold this truth in your heart when the nights still feel long. Carry this promise. When the days seem quiet, do not lose hope, for hope is the anchor that ties you to the promise. Do not give up, for faith is the bridge that carries you from longing to fulfillment. Do not shrink back, for love is already written, and prayer is already unlocking it. You are closer than you realize. The turning point is nearer than you think. When it arrives, it will be so overwhelming in its beauty, so undeniable in its truth, that you will weep not from sorrow, but from joy. You will look back and realize that every delay, every tear, every lonely night was worth it, because God was saving you for something sacred. God was preparing you for someone holy. God was answering prayers you didn't even know were being spoken. And this love will not just be about you. It will be about legacy. It will be about two souls uniting to build something bigger than themselves. It will be about a testimony that speaks to generations, declaring that God is faithful, that prayer is powerful, and that love is real when it is ordained by heaven. Your children, your family, your community will look and see that only God could have written a love so profound. And in that testimony, His glory will shine. So let your heart rest in this promise. Let your soul breathe in this truth. Someone's prayers are unlocking your love story, and nothing can stop what heaven has set in motion. The keys have turned. The doors have opened. The story is unfolding. And soon, what was once only hope will become reality. What was once only prayer will become presence. What was once only faith will become sight. There comes a point in every divine story where the unseen becomes visible, where the prayers that once rose quietly like incense begin to take shape in front of your eyes, and where what was once only promised becomes present. That is the place. You are approaching now because someone's prayers have already begun to unlock your love story. The doors that were once shut are opening. The timing that once felt delayed is aligning. And the love that felt far away is stepping closer with each passing moment. This is not a story born out of human striving, or is it built on chance encounters or fleeting emotions. This is a love shaped by heaven, sustained by prayer, and destined by God. That is why it will feel different when it arrives. You will not need to chase it, for it will be placed before you.
Ow!
You will not need to doubt it, for peace will accompany it. You will not need to question its worth, for it will carry the signature of God's hand. And when you hold it, you will understand that it was worth every tear, worth every moment of waiting, and worth every unanswered question. For too long you thought your story was paused. For too long you believed that love had forgotten you. You looked at others and wondered if perhaps it was not meant for you. But God was whispering even in those moments of silence that He was saving you, not withholding from you. He was preparing, not punishing. He was shaping, not ignoring. And now, as the prayers of another soul rise, the key has turned and the lock has opened. What was closed is open. What was delayed is released. What was hidden is revealed. This love will not come to break you, but to build you. It will not come to burden you, but to bless you. It will not come to drain you, but to pour into you. It will not come to confuse you, but to clarify what true love looks like. Because love that is born of prayer is not shallow. It is not selfish. It is not temporary. It is steady, sacrificial, safe, and sacred. It carries the fragrance of heaven and the weight of destiny. You will know it by its peace. You will know it by the way it honors God. You will know it by the way it feels like home, not because it is perfect, but because it is purposed. You will know it by the way your spirit rests, not striving, not fearing, but resting in the certainty that this is the love God Himself has written for you. And when you see it, you will remember these words. Someone's prayers unlocked this. Someone's faith moved this into being. Someone's tears watered this. Someone's hope carried this into your life. Even now, the love that is yours is drawing nearer. Even now, God is preparing introductions, weaving conversations, aligning paths, and removing obstacles. Even now, the love you longed for is preparing itself, being refined, being strengthened, being shaped by prayer, so that when it arrives, it will not crumble under pressure, but endure through every season. Do not fear the storms, for this love will stand. Do not fear the waiting, for this love is worth it. Do not fear the unknown, for God has already written the ending. And it is beautiful. You will look back and see that every unanswered moment was in fact an answer. You will realize that the prayers spoken in secret became the foundation of your forever. You will discover that the love you carry now is not ordinary, it is extraordinary. It's because when God writes, the story cannot be erased. When God builds, the foundation cannot be shaken. When God ordains, the union cannot be broken. This is not simply about romance. It is about purpose. This is about two lives joining together to fulfill assignments bigger than themselves. This is about building a home where faith thrives, where children grow in love, where generations are blessed by what God has joined together. This is about legacy, testimony, and destiny. And it all begins with prayer. Someone's prayers unlocked your love story. And in return, your love story will unlock faith in others. People will look at you and know it was God. They will hear your testimony and believe that waiting is worth it. They will see your joy and understand that heaven truly does answer. Let your heart rise in gratitude. Let your soul rejoice in hope, because the waiting has not been in vain. The prayers have not been empty. The silence has not been wasted. Every second has been leading to this. And soon your life will be filled with a love so rich, so profound, so holy, that you will fall to your knees in awe. Not only of the one God has given you, but of the one who gave. Remember this always. You are loved already, before their hand touches yours, before their eyes meet yours, before their voice calls your name. You are cherished already, before the vows, before the rings, before the promises spoken aloud. Because God has declared it, heaven has confirmed it, and prayer has unlocked it. Your story is alive, your love is near, your destiny is unfolding. And when the day comes that you step into it fully, you will not just celebrate love, you will celebrate the God who heard, the God who answered, and the God who brought you together through the power of prayer. You will know deep in your soul that this was never an accident. It was always divine. So rest in this promise. Carry this hope. Walk with this faith. Someone's prayers are unlocking your love story, and soon the words you hear now will know. Longer just be prophecy, they will be your reality. Love will arrive, peace will reign, joy will overflow, and you will stand in the presence of the one you were meant to walk with, hand in hand, heart to heart, soul to soul, forever.